Okay, well, you gotta clap.
No, I haven't started here yet.
Okay, I already started.
Have you started there?
Yep, and I started here. Are you ready?
3, 2, 1. Wow,
That's
this
kind of
is
weird.
crazy.
This is weird.
First
I've
time,
never done
first
this
clap.
before.
Sheesh.
It's a weird feeling.
Guys, welcome, I guess, to the True Colors podcast.
This is cool. This is cool.
This is sick. I mean, it's a very simple setup. We got one mic for two, mic plugged in the Mac, two very beat up camping chairs,
Brings in personality though.
and two library cameras. So it was a total of $0.
Nothing. No money spent.
Just willingness to do it.
We did miss a due date though for the cameras. This is pushed back to a week,
But
a week and a half.
that's okay. That's okay. Guys, this is the True Colors podcast. We don't know if that's going to be the name forever, but we feel like we just want to bring people in and talk about whatever they want to talk about. We want to know their true colors. I want to know Evan's true colors. We're both BYU volleyball athletes. People know us as volleyball players. But we have a lot more to say. We have a lot more to life other than volleyball.
Yeah. Straight up front, it kind of just looks like we're volleyball athletes. That's all we do. I mean, I feel like in season, all we do is volleyball. I think about it as volleyball. It's just volleyball, volleyball, volleyball. Once the off season hits, you forget that I have a life outside of this. I like other things. We like tennis.
We like tennis
We play
too.
tennis.
It's true. It's true. And for the first episode, okay, we decided to choose two topics or two questions each, and we have no idea what the other chose. So, would
Kick
you
us
like
off.
to start?
No, you kick us off.
I kick you.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's hear it. I'd love to hear it.
Okay, let's go. Well, you know I'm a very big fan of Nietzsche.
Yeah.
So Nietzsche was a German philosopher,
Mhm.
1800s. Had a very hard life
Are you reading his book right now?
with I'm still
Yeah.
reading it, with relationships. He has a movie, by the way.
He does.
His movie is phenomenal.
like an actual
like an actual
produced
movie.
good movie or
Yeah,
like crappy?
actually produced great movie. One of the best movies. I don't remember the name though. Like
Is it in English?
pretty sure.
Gotta watch it.
Pretty sure it's in English. And the actor looks
Just like him.
just like him. It's actually crazy.
How old is it?
The movie?
Yeah.
I would guess early 2010s, but I could be
Okay,
totally
so
wrong.
not that bad.
So, fan of Nietzsche, and in all his books, he makes very clear that he is a fan of creation.
Mm-hmm.
He celebrates creation, value creation. He celebrates creation of new relationships, creation of new, and destruction of old values as well.
Yeah.
And because we're starting a podcast, because we're creating this, I want to hear your thoughts on creation. What does creation mean to you? How is this important to you? Is this important at all? Is creation something that is also tied to education, educating children? So I just want to hear your thoughts on education or creation and starting a new podcast.
I haven't really thought about creation like that, to be honest. I never really thought about creation at all. Like, I feel like I'm not a very artistic person, to be honest. But I don't think creation has to come in the normal form that people think it does. Like, when you draw or when you create art, that's not the only form of creation. Creation can come from ideas, thoughts, podcasts, videos, literally anything. I mean, any platform is a platform for creation. You can create new shots in basketball, new shots in volleyball. Creation is everywhere, and I think creation and change, to me, kind of intersect in a weird way. That when you create something new, or when you create something new, you feel some sort of like change. And so I feel like when we're creating this podcast, I feel like we're changing. I feel like a year ago I probably would have been too embarrassed to start a podcast. Like, oh, what will people think? But I think over the course of this past year, I have. Sorry, there's a bee. This is what we get for doing
It's
this.
normal,
So,
yeah.
I have kind of become accustomed to who I am and been okay with who I am and what I like to do. I feel like growing up, I never liked who I was, or sometimes I wanted to hide things that I liked, but like a lot of people did. And I think that when you are willing to create and put that out into the world, you are kind of accepting who you are. We're accepting that we like to talk to people, we like to make podcasts. Of course, maybe here and there people are going to be like, bro, these guys are making a podcast, seriously, like, this is jokes. But I don't, like, at this point, I don't care anymore. Like, I want to talk to you, I want to figure out who people are. And that's the point of creating this podcast, is that I've accepted that I like what I like and created something out of it. And that's kind of my stand on creation in that sense.
That's awesome. I like what you say. I like what you said about accepting who you really are, finding your authentic self, for then to create something that you not necessarily care about as a, like your son, right? This podcast, we don't care about this as much as we're gonna care about our son in the future.
Exactly.
But at the same time, we need to know who we are first. We need to know who we are, what is our authentic self, for then to create this.
In another way, though, I feel like through creation, you can find things you don't know about yourself. As you're creating something, and you take this journey of making something new, taking a new path, you find out things that you might enjoy that you never thought you would. You know?
First question. That was solid. That was a solid start. Okay, that was what do you think? 6 or 7 minutes?
Yeah, that's probably. I have my thing here. That was around 6 minutes.
Okay, I like that. Okay, what do you got for us?
Okay, I feel like I am of the LDS faith, so we both go to BYU. I grew up a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Right.
And I'm open, I'm willing to hear everyone. I think some people are closed off and only believe that, but I'm willing to hear everyone and listen to everyone. I like to hear what people think, because what I believe so strongly, other people also believe so strongly, you know? And what I have questions about, other people also have questions about. And so I was thinking, and I was talking to a couple of my buddies that were not of the LDS faith or of any faith, and they were atheists. And I was like, man, like, that'd be so weird to believe that nothing happens when you die. But I thought a little more, and I was like, wow. I mean, before I was 3 years old, I don't have any memories. That was nothing. When I go to sleep and I don't have a dream, that was nothing. And I want to know your stance on, if you were an atheist or if you didn't believe in something else, do you think that when you sleep with no dreams, that is a simulation of death to an atheist?
Okay. Well, I have no problem in opening here and saying that I'm agnostic right now. And I say right now because we're both open-minded.
Yep.
That's why we started this.
Yep.
At the end of the day, I'm open to any religion, any faith. I want to hear people's thoughts just like you. But right now, I'm an agnostic. I have a lot of questions about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But death and sleep with no dreams, right? In the end of the day, I'm agnostic because I don't know. That's what agnostic means, right? And one thing I know for sure, and one thing I don't know for sure. For example, I have no idea what nothingness feels like. It could be sleeping with no dreams.
Would you agree that that's probably the closest to nothingness we have
For
felt?
For sure.
Like,
It's gotta be.
I go to sleep and
It's
then I
gotta
just
be.
wake up, but I don't know that.
It's gotta be.
It doesn't. It's not. I sleep while the world around me goes on, and I don't have a concept of time. I don't have a concept of any of the outer. I just have nothing.
It's gotta be,
that's
because
the closest.
once you open your eyes, it doesn't matter how awake you are.
Yeah.
Because holy
It's a big
bug. Because once you wake up and you open your eyes, it doesn't matter how awake you are. You can be half awake. You can be so tired. You are having a completely subject experience. So you're having things going on. You have an experience going on with you. When you're sleeping, you don't. Well, when you don't have a dream, you don't have any experience going on, really. You have no pain. You have no emotions, I guess. You have no stress. You might have people, psychologists might say you might have a stress, right? You know, because for example, I sleep with my hands like this. Did I tell you this?
No, I did not know.
So it's a stress symptom from
You sleep like
the
this?
junior core, from supply chain.
Wow.
Because I had so much stuff to do that I developed this sleeping, and I sleep like this till this day. And when I wake up, I gotta kind of open my
You
hands.
have
Like
sweaty
this.
hands.
My sweaty hands, yeah. And so I agree with you. That's gotta be the closest that we know from nothingness, if nothingness is what we're gonna experience in the afterlife. However, what I know for sure is that death gives meaning to life.
Oh, for sure.
So, in going on, that's one of the biggest problems I have with theism, is that belief that we're gonna live a bound life here by time. We're bound by time here, and then in the afterlife, we're going to a life where it's eternal, and we're not bound by time, and we don't die. And logically, I have a very hard time with this because, well, if we don't die, what's the point? Because, well, if I'm gonna be good to this person, it doesn't really make sense. Being good or being bad, it's kind of the same. If you're in hell forever, it's kind of the same if you're in heaven forever. You're experiencing the same thing over and over again,
Yeah.
and there's no contrast.
Yeah.
Right. So death gives meaning to life. That's what we know. But what nothingness feels like, I agree with you that sleeping with no dreams is the closest we've got.
Yeah. It's just a weird thing to think that some people think that. And that if that's truly what it is, then, like, I mean, I guess I don't feel any emotions. And so it's not like you can be sad about it because you won't. You just won't feel anything.
And that's the thing.
Yeah, you go ahead.
It doesn't hurt.
No.
At all. You're just there.
But also, in a weird way, if dreams do simulate death, I mean, if sleep still does simulate death, then would it be crazy to say that from an atheist point of view, sometimes we would re-spark something in our head, or like once there's nothingness, what if we have dreams when we're dead?
Why would that matter?
It wouldn't, but it'd be kind of cool.
I like that.
See, it's just
I
hard.
like
It's hard to accept that nothingness exists. It always in my head is just like, oh, there's gonna be something more. Like if nothingness did really exist, maybe 500 years later, scientists will figure out a way to bring us back. It's just hard for me.
It's just a hard concept to grasp.
Yeah. But I think anything on another plane other than Earth, on another plane of existence, as in like eternally, it's hard to grasp any concept up there. Like you're telling me that time doesn't exist up there, like there was no beginning, there was no end. That's hard for anyone to understand. I think that I was thinking of something while you're talking about it. I forgot about it now.
Well, what I was thinking now was, if we look outside of planet Earth, let's talk about life and meaning, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, we talk about nothingness because we have an assumption of meaning, right? If we look outside planet Earth, there's everything there is nothingness, man.
It's just blank.
I mean, you can, of course, right? Planets, stars, and explosions here and there, and black holes. But when it comes to life and meaning and purpose and pain and death and emotions, this is all there is. And science already proved that one day sun is gonna, how do you call it? Sun is gonna like kind of go over the earth, merge into the earth,
and just take it over.
and Earth is not gonna be here in I don't know how many billion years, but
We won't be here either.
so what then? You know,
Yeah. There's an end.
there's gotta
Scientifically, there's an end.
be scientifically there's an end.
All right. On to your question. Question 2.
Okay, so initially I had the idea to start the podcast by myself,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was convinced by my mom that I should
Mhm.
start this. I was convinced by Aubrey that I should start this. Aubrey's our volleyball manager at BYU.
Shout out Aubrey.
Shout out
She's
Aubrey.
probably watching.
Shout out. She is definitely watching. And then I think it was Tay. We were talking about this in the locker room, and then Tay said, "Oh, we should do us three.
Oh,
the
yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
We should do us three." And I was thinking, dude, it would be way cooler if I had me, Tay, and Evan doing it. And then at home later that same day, you said, "Hey, like, what if we just do us two? Like, you gave the idea. You invited yourself."
My bad.
And I no.
Sorry.
And the thing is, I didn't think twice. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, why, I was thinking later, why did I say hell yeah? Because this is something that it fulfills me
Yeah.
a lot, right? Just speaking and
Mhm.
just throwing my ideas out there. So why was I so willingly open to just receive you in this idea in this and start this podcast with you? And I was thinking, man, first of all, okay, I see myself in you when I was younger.
You see little Nardo
I see little Nardo.
and little Evan.
I see little Nardo and little Evan. So it's like 2 5-year-old having a lot of fun in the playground. Seriously. I see myself in you. You're mature as hell when it comes to people treatment, when it comes to common sense, and last but not least, rationale. Your brain is very sharp, and I admire that. Okay, and I have to say it, and I have to, I gotta let people know. And the name of this podcast is True Colors,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to know more about Evan. I want to talk about Evan.
That's
I want to
crazy.
talk about.
That's
I want to talk about why do you think Evan right now is Evan right now? Who made Evan? Who created Evan?
well, my parents created me,
Okay.
but man, that's wild, and I'll tell you later why that question is crazy to me. But I, from a young age, I grew up with 4 sisters. So I think one of the biggest thing in a man's life is how you treat a woman. And my dad always preached that I have to treat a woman right, and in turn that just made me want to treat other people right. And I also, when I was younger, I think I just lived these experiences, and maybe some people didn't, or maybe my brain perceives it in different ways, but I lived these experiences that made me appreciate life and think about life a lot, but it makes me appreciate a lot more. And so I think all the time, like, why not do it right, and strive to do it right. And you're not always going to do it right. You're going to have these ups and down moments. You're going to struggle a lot in some places, and you're going to be mean to some people in some places. I've been mean to plenty of people. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's the nicest human on earth. But as long as I promise myself to strive to be good to other people and to work my hardest, because who knows where it's going to lead, I think that life is just too valuable to not take every opportunity you get to be the best person you can. And so I believe that my parents are a huge part in who taught me that. My mom and my dad, they made me realize how valuable life is, and how far caring for other people can go, and how to care for other people. And I also owe it a lot to my friends. I think back in high school, and you and all our teammates, you guys have kind of made me realize that, like, when I feel the most happy and I feel the most emotion is when I'm with other people. I feel like I am so happy when I get to hang out with you guys. I feel like when I don't have these crazy memories that I can recall of me being alone. It's always with someone else. I don't recall this, remember when this happened? I don't tell that to myself. I don't talk to myself about that because I wasn't there with anyone. I was there with everyone. Remember everything, all these travel trips that we've done. I think that I think that this question really made me understand what the meaning is in people just means, because I honestly didn't really understand that. When you kept on saying the meaning is in people, I was like, what is he talking about? Like, I get that, but not really. Like, but I get it now. Answering that question, the meaning is in people. I do it because other people around me make me want to do it, you know?
So I had a question while you were talking, but you kind of answered it in the end. But I want to still hear more about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you said a lot about striving to be your best,
Mm-hmm.
right? First of all, I admire that a lot. I agree with you 100%. Now, it's very common sense that it's easier to be evil, let's say, to be a jackass. It's easier to be a jackass. It's easier to ignore people, not shake hands, not open doors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So striving to be your best, right? That phrase right there, it's the concept of trying hard,
Mm-hmm.
right? Trying hard. So where did that come from for you? Because you try hard in your life in everywhere. You strive for excellence everywhere in your relationships. If you're cleaning the house, if you're playing volleyball, if you're getting reps, if you're having fun.
Some questions I don't really have answers to. I if I had to think, it'd be just kind of go back to, like, if there's been some things I regret and there's things that I didn't do that I turn back and I wish I did. Like, when the season ended, the second our season ended and we knew we weren't gonna make it anywhere farther, I was instantly just filled with, like, a wave of regret. Like, oh man, I wish I did this better. Like, oh, I wish I worked harder here. I wish I could have this practice back. Like, I let this ball drop. I did this. And you don't want to live a life full of regret. And striving to do your best, I feel like, can help you do that. Like, what does it hurt to hold a door open for somebody? And it brings you new experiences too. I've done kind deeds for people. I've helped people, and they have, like, wanted to have, like, conversations with me and talk to me and, like, get to know me. It's like opening the door for that person literally opened the door for, like, a conversation with them and to get to know them. It creates more opportunities. When you turn your back to everything and when you don't try to do your best in everything, it closes the door to so many other opportunities and people to meet. That I think that as I strive to be the best I can, the more opportunities I create for myself, the more full and happy my life can be.
So people, that's your answer.
Yep. Other people. And going back to what I was saying about this question is crazy to me is because I literally had the same question for you. It was just like, I'm going to have this question and then I'm just going to ask Nardo who he is because it's true colors. It's, I mean, we didn't really talk about why we are who we are. Like, why are you the same way? I feel like I told a lot of people during this year that I look up to you in Fife because you guys were great examples for me. We were in the same position, but more than volleyball, you guys were good people, and I wanted to be like that. And so I want to know why you are like that.
That's your question?
Mm-hmm.
Like, legit?
That was my actual question.
No way.
I changed it, like, last second to that. It was at first that, and then I was like, it was at first that, and I was like, oh no, he'll probably talk about it. But then, like, I was like, oh no, like, I might as well just ask it anyways because there's always more.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
Wow. That's impressive. Well, the meaning is in people.
Yeah. Well,
And we keep saying the meaning is in people because it's just a quote that I created. I don't even know when, 5 or 6 years ago.
yeah. Wow. Well, how old were you 5 or 6 years ago? 16?
Yeah. I was 16 years old. And it was just a moment that I realized that everything that happens in our lives, bad, good, great experiences, fun events that you go to, when you're laughing, when you're crying, is because of people. Ultimately is because of people. And you might say, oh, but how are you gonna know who to trust? How are you going to know who to count on when people kind of sometimes turn their backs to you, right? Isn't the meaning in people? Yeah, the meaning is still in people. And here's why. Because those people that stab you in the back, you're going to learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
And who's going to heal you?
Other people.
Other people. You can't heal by yourself. If you get cheated on, you can't get healed by yourself. You need other people.
Mm-hmm.
If you cheat on someone, eventually you're going to feel that emptiness. And that emptiness is going to be fulfilled by who?
Other people.
By other people. So, and again, Nietzsche also says that, you have to keep your guard down every time. You can't keep your guard up. Because if you keep your guard up, you're going to avoid great relationships. You're going to avoid great things that happen to people. And keeping your guard down in this example is opening the door to someone. It's saying, hello, good morning. Shaking their hands, looking them in the eyes. So, Nardo is Nardo because the meaning is in people. I'm the only child. I grew up alone by myself. My parents are my best friends. They are my psychologists, my financial advisors, my best friends, my everything. And this necessity that I had to just leave and understand the world by myself made me understand that why the meaning is in people. And if you're the only child or not, if you have 7 brothers, if you have 10 siblings, still the meaning is in people. Because you are who you are because of those 7
people.
siblings.
Yeah.
So, on a very base and very quick note, that's who I am. People. All the people that I've met, all the conversations that I had with people. I try to keep with myself all the top tier elements that all the people have.
Yeah.
You have great things about you. You have some things that you have to develop about you. I have some things that are great about me. I have to develop some things about me. But I keep the best of all the people, and I learn with that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
I think so.
Wow.
4 questions actually.
4 questions, and that was good timing too. What is that?
I don't know.
40 minutes? 35 minutes?
Short.
Perfect. Sweet and, how do you say? Sweet and
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. There you go. Still learning English.
Language barrier.
And that's another thing that you're going to see a lot in this podcast is language barrier. And he's going to correct me, but it's okay.
That's all right. I wouldn't be able to speak any Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. Guys, welcome to True Colors. We're probably going to upload this a week from now or something. Excited for what's to come.
That was crazy. Yep. Hey, how do you say it in Portuguese? Obrigado?
Obrigado.
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 That's perfect.
Let's go. Very nice.
How long was that, you think?
28 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yep, 28 minutes.